Fermented beverages would have been one of the very first fermentations. If we go way back in history, how fermentation all started was, you know, the bees, the beautiful honey bees. They made their honey and it dripped, the rain would fall, we'd pick up the honey and down it would come. In the bottom, the big leaves were there, and the mighty invisible organisms, the microbes, they were already on that leaf. It's like a really light balloon. It was there, so with the rainwater and the honey and those microbes, it created a honey wine. The peeps drank it and they got all merry and they thought, this is beautiful, we'll make it as a drink. And that's how it all started. That's how beverages come to the world, with fermentation. So from there we've gone on, and of course today we tinker with all types of bacteria, all types of microbial activity that we have going on in our kitchens to create some amazing beverages. Even from the very healthy things like milk kefir or kefir, you know, which we use this little grain. The little grain that's in there, that will make the most amazing, well, it's a little bit more than a beverage, this is really a food. So with these we all have like little starters. So that's how fermentation works. You have something that will start off it. So in this case, we've got those wonderful little, you see those? They're the little cultures. And that's what creates this amazing health, gut-loving benefits to our bodies. So we can use this as a beverage, like here I've put it in with a lovely juice, and we can make them into beverages, or we can use it just by itself, or we can use it with food. The whole lot of the beverages are exactly like that. You can use them in your food preparation. This weekend is the third weekend of the month, and you know what that means? That's our gut club. We come together once a month to bring in a project so that we can do it together. It's just $7 to join, and you can leave at any time. If you're in any of my programs, you don't pay anything because you come in for free. It's just a service. And I also have Ask Lynnie question and answer time once a month as well, so that we keep you on track, so that you're not just buying a course and never doing it. It's there to make sure that you do it. We'll be covering things like the very familiar, like look at that beautiful big SCOBY, isn't he magnificent? So we'll be covering things like the kombucha. We'll be doing the kefirs or kefirs, the water kefir, the lovely little grains there, which makes the most beautiful ginger beer. But we'll also be making a ginger bug. For those that are already in there, you would have already received your book with how to make the bug, so that you've got it all ready. Going way back in time, most families always had a ginger beer plant. And that's what was used to make those Christmas ginger beers that would pop in the night. I grew up in the west, out in southwestern Queensland, and it was very hot at Christmas. We certainly never had white Christmases. They were very, very warm. And sometimes in the middle of the night you'd hear pop! The explosion of the ginger beer bottles. It was so much fun. But this little fella, they make a nice, safe ginger beer. So we'll be covering all those. The theme will be black. Black. Why is it black? Because we're going to have lots of black things. With the kombucha, we'll be making the pH balancing kombucha molasses, and this is just medicine. Speaking of medicine, we'll be making the medicinal tonic. This one goes way back in time. This one goes way back to Hippocrates' time, and Hippocrates, he said that this was more than a digestive. It was great for so many things. It was great for inflammation. It was great for just making, if you're not feeling well, just picking you up. Look at that, it's that beautiful. It'll be chin chin time. We'll be toasting to our health. That's what it's all about. Not just having drinks to guzzle. You'll be seeing ways that you can incorporate it. Things like what you can do with those scobies. See, you can make them black, you can dry them. One of the most favourite beverages that we'll be making is we'll be taking limes and we'll be making them black limes. We'll be salting them to a salted black lime. This is the really magic for any of your beverages. You dry it, and you grind it to a powder, and in it goes into your drinks, and it just gives it the wow factor. All of these, of course, are very good for your gut as well. So that's, oh, pardon me, that's a little bit of our beverages. Beverages, as I said, have been around since day dot. Everything would have been fermented, right down from bananas to everything's gone through a fermentation process that's ended up into a glass. So join us and we'll be having lots of fizzy fun. Chin chin! And a beautiful week. Big love and bacteria.